Howdy y'all, today is March 22nd, nice and sunny, a little breezy, not the warmest. I've currently just taken the roost bars off this coop and kind of deconstructed it at the moment. I got the wire nesting box out there. What the plan is currently is, instead of trying to retrofit in the nesting box, I want to try building my own first to see if I like that better, and then we'll go with it. So that's currently what I'm working on. I have everything out. I have some loose specs on how I'm going to do this, but I think it should be pretty simple. It always sounds easy, so we'll see how easy it actually is. Usually midway through I'll think of something better or just a different scenario where it might not work out as well, but currently in my mind and on paper it's working out. I've got the bottom board cut. It actually worked out really well. I just cut this piece in half and shaved off a couple inches, and I can actually make two now out of this one sheet. So if I decide I like the design, I have another bottom there. So that is pretty handy. I went ahead and went with wood now instead of the screen bottom because I think I'll get the slant that I want. With screen, it kind of warps and wiggles around, which I don't want. So going with the solid board. And I think I have this going at about 1.5 inches on the slant. The ones that I bought were about 1 inch, so it might be a bit high. We'll see if I like it or not, and I can always change it later. But this is kind of the setup at the moment. A little ways into the project here. It doesn't look like a lot, but the difference is this used to be the door that would hinge, and I would open it up, grab the eggs. Now it's just a solid board attached to the coop. And here is where the eggs are going to roll out. I still have to nail this down, but this is about a 2-inch gap, and then this is about 4 inches here, so it's pretty comparable to the other ones. The other spacing was 2.5, and then it was about 4 out, so it's pretty close. I rolled a few of my eggs through there, and it seems pretty good. So far it's shaping up to look pretty nice. Howdy y'all, today is March 23rd, kind of chilly and raining, but the pigs are 6 months old today, so they're up to 24 pounds of food a day. They could use some more straw, so I'm about to grab them some from this chicken coop right here. They always have to crowd around that one feeder, but they've got other spots they could go. They're just not interested. So I got the bale thrown in here. They always dig it down pretty far. Can't see the depth too well, but you can tell they've built that up pretty high over here. I think they're still using the restroom in there and sleeping on that side. Water's working good, rolling off the roof, going down into the gutter and dripping in there. So I had a friend swing by the other day, drop off some seed, some grass seed, so I can start filling in this and get it going for the next batch of pigs. This chicken is literally about to lay an egg on top of another chicken. Oh, it's almost out. I don't know why they do that. They just have their favorite nesting boxes. There's one empty right next to her, but she wants to be on top of that chicken, being all awkward. And there's an egg. Next time, can you get your own nesting box? You can see it looks kind of wet. That's the bloom drying on it. That's that protective coating that allows you to not have to wash your eggs and keep them on the counter. It's just about dry. So once you wash that off, then you need to refrigerate them because that protective coating's gone. And just like that, it's all dry. Howdy y'all, today is March 24th. Just got the pigs some more food here. They're finally deciding to use their bowls today. They're getting chunky. Howdy y'all, today is March 25th. Got a little mist going right now. I actually did not want the chickens out, but this gate didn't latch, and I was a little preoccupied because the chickens in here started busting and eating eggs. They ate about 3 of them. They went on a bit of a frenzy. So what I'm going to do to try and get them all back in, because I need to work on fun stuff tonight instead of hang out at the farm, is put this down. I'm gonna put some shavings in here. The chickens get really excited about new bedding and they love taking dust baths in it. So I'm gonna put that out and hope we get lucky and the chickens run in. If not, I'll drag the net out and corral them in. It looks like it's already kind of working. I've got a lot of girls running back in. Like I said, they get so excited when they see it. So I'm gonna let that marinate for a couple minutes, finish up on water. Then hopefully all the chickens will be back up by the time I'm done. And just like that, all the chickens are back in the coop. That actually only took about 30 seconds. As soon as I turned my back, it started sprinkling just a little harder. And it further encouraged them to run inside. So thank you, chickens. The weather this week hasn't been great. It's always been super windy, kind of cold or rainy, so I haven't had a chance to finish that rollout nesting box, but Friday looks like it's not gonna be half bad, so let's hope I can get it done then. I haven't given you guys a tour of the grow room in a little while, but the tomatoes, herbs, everything's doing really well. I've got a lot of different things planted here. My mom's done all the work on this table. Things are going good. It's a little humid in here, a lot of moisture. Got some plants here. Bugs are still doing good. I was supposed to empty them out or sift them out on the 24th. I'm actually going to do that today because I kept forgetting to bring the extra trays. And then over here we got another table. Lots of big tomatoes over here. They're looking really good. Got some more over here. I planted these peppers on the 15th, still nothing yet. Seems like peppers always take forever to come up. We also have a bunch of stuff on the floor over here. More tomatoes underneath here. We've got a whole nother grow light set up. And this is on a rollout little shelf. So it's easy to pull things out, water them, move them around, just do whatever you need to do. And then up top here, we have some more stuff going on. Probably gonna get rid of these radishes here because they're pretty much done at this point. But a lot going on in the room here. It's super hot. It is currently 81 degrees and the humidity is through the roof. But so far, everything is growing good. I never did get a new strainer, but it works good enough. I'll probably still have to pick out a lot of beetles on my own, but we will make it work. I can already start to see the mealworms. They're not super microscopic, some of them are, but there's actually some that are decent size that probably got missed last go around, so that's pretty cool. But you can definitely tell there's a ton of new little mealworms in there. They're super tiny. I did spill a little bit. This tank's kind of awkward to handle and dump, and some of it gets stuck on the bottom. And what I did dump, it was hardly anything, but I looked real close and you could see just the tiniest little mealworms moving around, so I swept everything up really good so I didn't miss any and threw them in the tub. Currently I'm working on picking out beetles. That's what remained in that thing. Some of the beetles are able to fall through, and this is what I've strained out. You can see there's still some beetles in there, so I'm just kind of picking them out. And then over there is where they're going to go, just between these two tubs here. So just about done with them. We've got some decent sized worms in there already, but you can also see some super tiny ones. So that's just the different ages there, because I think, what was it, 3 weeks? So there's a 3-week difference here, so that's why some are a little bigger, others are a little smaller. But you can see a lot of movement going on in there. Tons of worms between these two here. So that is really exciting. I'm gonna clean out my other mealworms here. You can see how big they're getting already. You can see them pretty easy. They've really been liking the celery. Here's the other container. Haven't quite found their new stick just yet. Looks like these guys are mostly hiding. They're not out as eating like this other group here, but well on our way to feeding the chickens. So this next set is all done and taken care of. They really like that old carrot. It's been in there since I first bought them, so I just let them have it. These guys We'll sift them out on the 17th of April. Still got to clean these guys out. But we've got these 2 new trays, which is super awesome. Howdy, yeah. Today is March 28th. It is nearly 80 degrees out, so let's get some stuff done. I have some bell peppers coming up today, which is super neat. I actually had one yesterday, but now I have at least 5, if not more, coming up. So that's cool. Everything's watered, all the mealworms are good. I don't want to burn this good day inside, so I'm going to spend the majority of it outside. When it gets dark, I'll come up here and do a little more work. Everything has food, everything has water, and I got 8 dozen eggs today, so that's really nice. As far as projects, I'll probably start in the garden. I have some old bales I'm gonna spread out and then pick up some weed cloth. Okay, the garden's at a stopping point. I would like to clean up these beds and get all the dead stuff out of here so the new stuff can come up. Same thing with the grasses. Cut those back so the new grass can come up. I've got the first one all cleaned out and it looks way better. I do have some bulbs. You can see these pretty good here. Then there's a large gap and then they start coming back here. Unfortunately, I think a lot of them are getting eaten because I'm seeing this everywhere in little holes by where the bulbs were. I don't know what eats them. Squirrels? I don't know. But a good chunk of them have been eaten at this point, so I don't know how many are actually going to come up at this point. The next bed over actually has a flower in it. There's a good example. There is something gnawing on them. Maybe a mouse? Maybe once I get all this cover off, it'll help. If I had to guess, I would say that is a sure bet of the rodent's home that is chewing on my stuff. There's a bulb, of course, right there that's gnawed up. So I'm gonna guess mouse, vole, mole, something like that. But yeah, hopefully clearing all this out will help eliminate that thing wanting to expose itself, come out and eat my stuff. And another one just about a foot away. They're everywhere out here. I've got all the rows and walkways marked out. It's kind of hard to see in this light, but they're just bamboo sticks, 4, 3, 4, 3. 4 is planting, 3 is walking path. So I just wanted to till up a little section here and get some carrots planted today. I have some visitors out here while I'm planting these carrots, just as long as they don't dig up my nice new bed. And that chicken way out in the open there is what I call hawk food. There is nobody else around until you get around the barn. She is just a sitting duck, in this case chicken, out the middle over there. There's hawks that just love sitting in these trees just waiting for something. We've got another beautiful sunset out here on the farm. Looks like all the chickens are up at this point, so I'll get them closed in. I took a quick dinner break, so I have a few more carrots I want to get done. But overall, really productive day, really beautiful day. Just barely enough light to finish planting those carrots, so I have a 30-foot row of them done, so that's nice. I'm just picking up in a moment, and then we will head upstairs.